Hey everyone, welcome back. We've got a really fantastic explainer lined up for you today. We're going to be unpacking a source text that honestly just looks like a simple, everyday journal entry at first glance. But as we dig into it, you're going to see how a completely ordinary rainy day transforms into this profound micro journey of creativity, resilience, and faith. It's a brilliant example of how the mundane can suddenly become super spiritual. So let's jump right in and see how a morning of running errands turns into a full-on awakening. Our story kicks off with this opening thought. It's raining heavy, and after taking breakfast, I thought of repairing my cycle and going to church. Now, what's actually super interesting about this text is the author's totally unique use of capitalization. Notice how words like breakfast, repairing, cycle, and church are capitalized. It's a cool stylistic choice that instantly gives the entry this authentic, personal vibe. It takes these very practical, everyday things and just gives them a bit more weight. The protagonist is setting their intentions, grounding us right away in the physical reality of a rainy morning and a broken bike. Section 1. A heavy morning rain. The obstacles of the morning. Think of this morning routine as our protagonist's call to adventure. How often does a heavy downpour or a busted bike chain totally stop you in your tracks? Most of us would probably just stay on the couch, right? But here, we see this perfectly linear, practical progression of sheer determination. Step 1, breakfast. Step 2, found a cycle shop. 3, the chain is repaired by the mechanic. And 4, went to church. The author simply writes, I went and found a cycle shop and he repaired the chain. Boom! Problem solved, and they're moving right along to the true destination. Section 2, finding the church, the spiritual center. This is where the pacing of the narrative really starts to slow down a bit. The external noise of the rain kind of fades away, and the source material gives us a very specific breakdown of how this time inside the church was spent. First up, there's human connection. The author met Mr. Selvaraj, they interacted, told Mr. Selvaraj a bit about themselves, and got to know about the timing. I absolutely love this detail because it grounds the whole spiritual experience in just community and simple conversation. Then there's a shift inward. They went inside and prayed for a while. Just a quiet moment of reflection, followed immediately by taking photos. And what exactly did they photograph? Well, the text lists the specific subjects: Mother Mary, Jesus Christ, the chapel, and the cross. Now, I want to draw your attention to the spelling of Mother Mary there, with 2 R's. We've intentionally kept the source's exact spelling because honestly, it perfectly preserves that intimate, unpolished, deeply personal touch of a private journal entry. It's this beautiful little catalog of the sacred imagery that clearly meant something to the author in that quiet chapel. Section 3. The ice storm returns, facing the elements. But the quiet never lasts forever. Right as the author has centered themselves spiritually, the physical realities of the world just abruptly crash back in. Let's compare these 2 moments from the text. Initially, we have the morning weather, raining heavy, but then the afternoon weather, upon returning, raining heavily with ice stones. The environment has actively gotten worse. It's a full-on hailstorm now. But what's so incredibly compelling here is that while the outside world has escalated into total chaos, the author's internal resilience holds remarkably firm. That peaceful anchor they found in the church, it literally carries them right through the ice stones. Section 4. A blessing and new life, the creative and spiritual climax. So the author makes it back home, and the energy of the entry completely shifts from physical endurance to this incredible burst of warmth and inspiration. This is the ultimate payoff of the day's journey. First, we see this comforting, restorative post-storm routine. Step 1, took a bath. Step 2, lunch. They're warming up, nourishing themselves after the freezing rain and all the morning's efforts. And then, Step 3 acts as this amazing catalyst. The peace of the church and the intensity of the storm seem to synthesize into a sudden burst of creative output. The author sits down and they write lyrics. And the text gives us a very concrete metric for this inspiration. By the end of the night, the author writes exactly 3 lyrics. But the best part is, they don't just keep them hidden away in some dusty notebook. They take that internal inspiration and push it right back out into the world, sharing them by tweeting them on Twitter. It's a really beautiful cycle, isn't it? Taking in the world's chaos, finding peace, and then creating art to share. The whole core of this experience is really captured in the author's powerful conclusion. Let's read this together. The day became a blessing with a new life, a new heart, wanting to life in the spirit of Christ. Just think about where this all started.
An ordinary morning, a broken bicycle chain, a heavy rain. And yet, through the simple acts of repairing what was broken, seeking community with Mr. Selvaraj, praying, and weathering an actual ice storm, it evolved into a profound sense of spiritual renewal, literally a new heart.
It really makes you look at your own daily friction a little differently, doesn't it? I want to leave you with this question to reflect on. When was the last time an ordinary rainy day changed your heart? How often are we missing the profound meaning, the inspiration, and the renewal that's hiding right there in our everyday routines, just waiting for us to push through the rain? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep looking for the extraordinary in the ordinary, and I'll catch you next time.